What's going on, family? In this video, we're going to discuss how jealousy will kill your relationship. Why jealousy is literally the worst thing that you can cultivate in a marriage, in a relationship, and really just in life. And we're going to be speaking, as always, from our own personal experience. So my wife's going to handle this one a little bit more than I am because she is a little bit more passionate about the subject than I am. She has more to tell, more to say. So what are some of the ways, before we talk about the solution and how to stop being jealous or how to, prevent that from killing your relationship, why is it that jealousy will kill your relationship? What can jealousy do to your relationship, to your marriage, to your life?
Oh my gosh, jealousy is like the worst form of feeling that you can have because it makes you do things that you never thought capable of doing because like you think you love this person and you feeling these kind of feelings, but in reality is really hurting yourself and your relationship with anybody else. It doesn't have to be a marriage. It could be a friendship with someone else. It's the worst feeling that if you don't check yourself, you might not think that you do deal with those feelings, but if you really take a deep examination at yourself, you're like, wow, I am a jealous person. I never knew I was capable of being that. You never want to realize that you're a jealous person, but it's such a terrible feeling.
Right. And why is jealousy, well, let me ask you this. Well, Monica, it's normal to feel jealous. What would you say to somebody that says, it's, Monica, I'm jealous for my husband, for my spouse, because that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to feel jealous.
Yeah, I used to tell you that. I can say it now. It's kind of sad, but I used to, when we first started dating, I was like, I'm not jealous at all. Like, I'm fine. Like, if somebody says hello to you or whatever it is, or say you're handsome, it's fine. I should be proud because that's my husband. But, like, as time passed by, I noticed that I was, like,
you got
growing
more
some kind of
jealousy.
To me. Yeah, I got more attached to you, so I kind of started getting jealous, and I'm like, this is not me. Like, maybe I've never had that love for someone that I never felt it. But then I started thinking to myself, like lying to myself, telling myself, well, I really do love him. If I didn't love him, I wouldn't even feel jealous. If somebody talked to him or somebody said, hey, I really liked who you are or whatever it is, like I wouldn't feel, like if I didn't feel jealous, that's not normal, and that means that I don't love him. That's what I would tell myself.
That's what she used to think. And why is that wrong? Why is it wrong to think, well, Monica, jealousy is normal. I'm supposed to feel jealous. If you don't feel jealousy, you don't love that person. If you don't feel jealousy, then you have no attachment. You should always feel jealous. You have to feel jealous. Why is that wrong thinking?
It's wrong because, well, I used to tell myself that it was right. That if you didn't feel jealous, then you were wrong because you didn't love me, which wasn't true. And then we got to a point where he told me, look, I do get kind of like, don't talk to my girl like kind of that way, but it doesn't get to that point where I'm like, oh, I can't stand that guy, I'm gonna go punch him or whatever it is. Like, I'm not gonna go and do all that. So I just tell myself, I love her, I trust her, and I know that she loves me, and that's something I really had to work on. But what was your question again?
Why is it that when somebody says jealousy is normal, why is jealousy something that has no normal place in your marriage? Why should jealousy have no place in your marriage or in your life?
Or in your relationship?
In your relationship.
It shouldn't, because if you love yourself, I think if you love yourself, and before I've said that I've been working on loving myself. If you love yourself,
this is getting into the solution of how to stop being jealous. So if you're a woman, you're a man, you're a friend, if you're cultivating jealousy, especially in your marriage or your relationship, this is what you need to do in order to stop it. Ryan, that's great. Okay, now I know why it's wrong, but how do you stop it? Take it away.
It's not normal, because if you love yourself, accept yourself, know that this person loves you and that you love them, you should have enough trust to know that that person's not going to do anything else. You shouldn't think any more of that. It's true. Girls do come up to my husband, women that are not witnesses maybe, and they'll try to talk to him. But I trust that he'll say, you know what? I'm married, and then later on he'll tell me, and I do the same thing. I get guys to come up to me at the gym, and I'm not looking any special way, but I say,
or DM or text,
or
things, or call, or whatever.
And the thing is that if he knew I was like, I'm trying to change, so if he knew I was back to my old self, or I was jealous or whatever it was, he wouldn't even share that with me.
Right.
But he'll come to me and say, hey babe, look what somebody sent me, you know, or guess what happened today at the gym. And we normally go together, but we don't work out together all the time. So we're separated, and we'll like laugh about it and say, but I love you, you know, like, you know, we understand that we love each other. But the solution for me, because I had to work on that, was to understand that he does love me and to love myself first.
Love yourself first, right?
And like,
because what kind of people are jealous people?
Insecure.
And I'm sorry to say that. And I'm sorry to say that because if you're a jealous person, nobody wants to hear, well, I'm not insecure. I love myself.
No. But like, to be honest, I was insecure.
Right.
And it's something I've dealt with all my life. And people might be like, what? You're insecure, please, okay?
Right. We all struggle with insecurities.
I am insecure with the way I looked. I was that way.
Right.
And I know people told me, no, but you're pretty, you don't have anything. Yes, I still struggle with things that I don't like of myself. That's normal. And like I said, I compared myself a lot with girls from Instagram or YouTube or whatever it was. There's the media, you know, reality TV, they make you think that you have to look a certain way. And I have to work on myself. So I had to stop and say, you know what? This is not good for me. So I thought of all the negative things that were gonna happen, you know, if I kept on feeling this bad, dumb feeling. Like, it's just stupid. I'm sorry to say it, but it's a dumb feeling. And you shouldn't feel it.
Feeling insecure is a dumb feeling because if you find something was wrong with yourself, just like anything in life, you're always gonna find it. Well, my butt's not big enough, my chest isn't big enough, my arm's not big enough, my nose is too big, my lips are too small, my lips are too big, my ears are too small, my ears are too big. Something's always too big or too small, not good enough. I have a pimple here, they don't have a pimple. Because what you're finding is what's wrong with you and what's sexy or beautiful or attractive or nice with the other person.
Right. And I thought of all the bad things, you know, like, this is messing up who I am, who I could be, who I can grow to be every day. Because I'm really, truly not a jealous person. I'm a really happy person, and I like to give to others, and that's who I really am. But jealousy destroys all your good qualities because you can't see past that. And it just like, it blurs your whole, the way of looking at everything, and you make this whole story in your head of, oh my gosh, she talked to him and he liked her and that's why he's smiling and blah, blah, blah. And you make all this craziness in your head that didn't even happen. And then I sat down and I thought, you know what? Like, jealousy is just really stupid because Satan, that's what he had for Jehovah when everything happened. Like, at the beginning, he was jealous in a way of what Jehovah had. Everybody obeying him and the angels, you know, he was jealous.
From the
and
beginning
nothing
of time.
good comes from jealousy. So I need to stop this now. So I don't know if you guys were live with us a few days ago, but we talked about how making it easy to feel good and making it really difficult to feel bad. So jealousy was on top of my list of the bad qualities that I know that I have that I shouldn't. So I made it really hard for me to feel jealous. So I said, you know, if I get jealous, like, what did I...
In order for her to feel jealous now, because guys, we're not saying depression, negativity, anger, frustration. These are all qualities and traits that we all are gonna dip into. You may tap. Somebody died. If my wife died tomorrow, it wouldn't be normal if I didn't feel depression, right? But the problem is some people live there. It's not wrong to feel jealousy, right? It's not wrong. But she made it difficult because she said, I can only feel jealousy if I consistently think I'm less than who I am. If I consistently believe in the false illusion that I'm not enough. And that's a false illusion.
Yeah, and I won't get jealous because it's gonna destroy my relationship with myself, who I am, who I can be, my relationship with my husband, my relationship with my family. It's just a bad
makes you
bad
feel
place.
low about yourself.
Yes, it's just a bad place to live in. Like,
and nobody's attracted to a jealous person.
And when you're jealous, you're not happy. You're really truly not happy.
Makes you miserable.
You're always so insecure and thinking, oh my gosh, who's looking at him? And who's doing that? Oh my gosh, is that person looking at them? Oh my god, look at them smiling. Like, it's just... you're not happy.
And if I'm a jealous person, how's my wife gonna feel? Everything that she does, she's gonna feel that she's walking on eggshells. That she's every step. I wonder if Ryan's getting jealous about this. I wonder if Ryan's gonna get upset about this. Well, and like my wife said earlier, I wanted to touch on that, which was so nice. If you're a jealous person, if I'm jealous, or my wife is jealous, or if you're jealous, the problem with that in a relationship, especially in a relationship, even friendships and stuff, but especially in a marriage, if I know, hey, my wife freaks out anytime a woman interacts with me, or if she thinks I'm flirtatious with a woman, or if she thinks I'm speaking too much with a woman, or it could even be with a guy. It could be with anybody. The second I hang out with my guys, or I'm getting attention, usually it's just about attention. The second I'm getting attention from anybody, if something happens where a sister DMs me, or I get a phone call, or I get a text from a woman, or one of the guys messages me too much, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm not telling my wife, because I'm fearful. Hey, well, if I'm honest and truthful with my wife, or she thinks if I'm honest and truthful with my jealous husband, then he's gonna freak out, and I don't want to see my wife freak out. I don't want to see my jealous husband freak out, or whoever's jealous. So then we start hiding things from each other. But what if you're both jealous? Then there's no what? No honesty in your marriage.
No trust.
And if there's no trust in your marriage, you have no marriage. If there's no trust in your friendship, you have no friendship. You cannot have a happy life, a happy marriage, happy friendship without trust.
But the first step is to be real with yourself.
Right.
And it's hard.
And stop blaming the other person.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's easier to blame someone else and say, nope, you made me this way. And because you really like to make people laugh all the time, and you're always touching them on their, it's your fault. It's your fault I'm jealous. No.
Seek and you find.
Yeah, seeking you'll find. It's true, but it's only your fault because you're letting it get there.
Yeah.
And you have to be honest with your partner, with your friend, with your mother, with your father, whoever you have that problem with. You have to be honest and open, and hopefully they love you enough to work it with you and understand 100%. Where you're coming from.
Right.
Because if they love you and you really do have that relationship, they have to work with you, because it's not just, it's hard to do it on your own. They have to understand, if I do something wrong, well, you know what, I'm trying, and let's go, let's keep moving. I'm trying. I want you to understand that it's really hard for me, but I'm trying. I know that I have to work on this. But be honest with yourself. Nobody ever wants to admit that they have those kind of feelings, but I did, and I'm telling you right now that I did, and I'm still working on them, because it's something that I dealt with, I guess, a lot, and I've never noticed. It wasn't always with my husband. It probably was with my mother, with my sister, friends, whatever it was. Yes. So it's something that I'm working on, but I realize that I don't have to work on it.
But remember, it always starts with you. Jealousy does not have anything, and maybe your spouse is too flirtatious. Maybe your spouse is giving you a reason to be jealous. Maybe they are. Maybe you're entirely right.
But if you don't tell them, they'll never know.
Yeah, but before you even talk to them, before you start, well, they do this, and they start with who? Start with you. Because how are you gonna fix somebody else before you fix yourself? This all goes back to the airplane emergencies, right? When the oxygen mask falls down, when the plane is going down, it's about to crash, it says, when it falls down, put it on your child first. No, you have to put that over yourself first. Stop trying to help other people, or blame other people, or label other people before you work on yourself. Because I can promise you, the best way to stop jealousy in your marriage or in your life is start with you. You might even be able to show that with your own example, right? Hey, maybe your spouse does something and they're used to you freaking out or blaming or saying, hey, you were flirting with that person, and they're used to you getting jealous. Maybe you're struggling with jealousy, and then they do something and you don't say anything. I can promise you they recognize that. And then eventually...
Yeah, but you do have to talk to them.
Yeah, no, but eventually have that conversation and come from a place of your outcome is peace. It's not to blame.
I'm not blaming.
It's not to blame. Start with you.
It's never gonna get anywhere if I start blaming. But I could start with saying positive things and things that I've seen that you've done. And then later on say, you know what? It would be really meaningful to me if you didn't do this, because it makes me feel this way. But calmly, never arguing.
You're coming from a place of your outcome is to stop something to increase something. I want to stop anger, stop jealousy, stop frustration, stop depression, to increase love, to increase joy, to increase happiness. We're having a conversation, and the thing is, you want to make the outcome clear. Like, hey, baby, we're about to have a conversation right now, and the outcome of this conversation is for us to draw closer, not to be further apart. So as we go into this conversation, and this is a tough conversation to have, because now we're about to talk about the things that upset me, that you do, and you're going to tell me the things that I do that upset you, and this is going to be tough because nobody wants to hear what they do wrong. But in order for you to stop jealousy, for instance, and we're only talking about that, like you said, they gotta have some self-awareness. Maybe they don't know, right?
Because it's hard to
maybe they don't
just
know.
Be honest with yourself.
Right.
Nobody ever wants to say it's my fault.
Right.
I did it.
Right.
Nobody ever wants to admit, but you have to be honest.
Right.
You have to really think of all those times that you made stories in your head about things that didn't really happen because you have an issue with yourself, because you don't love yourself and you don't accept yourself. So you're insecure, so you're thinking that he's doing things because you feel insecure about yourself.
Right.
So that's no way to live, so you have to be honest.
And when you're jealous, you're what? You're fearful.
You're fearful.
And what are you fearful of? You're fearful that they're gonna leave you.
They're gonna leave you, but they're gonna leave you if you keep being that way.
Right.
But it's something you have to work on yourself.
Right.
You can't expect the other person to fix it for you.
Right.
You're the only one that can do that.
Right. And maybe you think, you know, hey, if I compliment my spouse too much, or if I praise them too much, or if I make my man feel too good about themselves, if I tell my wife she's too beautiful and I'm insecure, then if I tell my wife she's beautiful and I'm insecure, then I'm fearful that maybe she thinks too much of herself and then she leaves me. Maybe he thinks too much of himself and he leaves me. Maybe he's gonna think that I'm not good enough for them.
It's too much thinking. It's too much thinking when it's just what it is. He thinks you're beautiful, period. Right. She thinks you're handsome, period.
Right.
There's nothing else. He's not looking at anyone else. He's not gonna leave you.
Right.
If you guys have that relationship of open communication and respect each other and love each other, there shouldn't be any jealousy.
Right.
It could happen, but you check yourself and you say, hey, I'm sorry, I was being a little jealous and I caught myself. Right. But let me start all over.
You know how much respect they will have for that?
Yeah, say I caught myself. I had a little bit of jealousy and there was no reason for that. I'm sorry for that. Right. And start over. That's it. Just be honest.
And give them the recognition. Give people the credit. Celebrate. Celebrate your spouse's wins or your friend's wins. Celebrate them. Say, hey, baby, you know, normally you'd get jealous right there. Hey, honey, you'd get jealous right there. You would normally get jealous if I told you if I had a conversation with someone of the opposite sex today or whatever the case may be, or you're with them or whatever. Hey, the old you would have got jealous over that. But I noticed you didn't say nothing. You were happy. You just let it roll on. You didn't do anything. I appreciate that, sweetie. Thank you so much. Because they're going to feel good like, oh, shoot, I'm trying so hard not to be jealous. And they just recognize that? They appreciate that? Wow. Hey, you know, maybe I could do this.
I could do this more because it's going to make you feel
I'm not a jealous person, and stop labeling yourself as a jealous person. Recognize it and then take that away. Say the old me would have done this, but the new me doesn't get jealous.
Don't live there.
Right?
You should be happy, joyous, playful, happy people.
Right.
Like Jehovah's people, we're happy people.
Right.
We're not jealous people.
Right. And we all struggle with these kind of things, but if you're struggling with jealousy in your marriage, your relationship, your friendship, or in life, there's no positive benefits. There's no benefits. And that's it. So destroy it, eliminate it, bury it. You do not want to be known as a jealous person.
You just stay in that place.
Right.
There's no room for growing.
Right.
You can't be better because you're jealous.
Right. You can't take your life, your marriage, your friendship, your money, your job.
There's no room to grow. Yep. You're always going to live in that place, and nobody wants to live in the same place.
Right. And no one's going to be attracted to you.
Be better people.
Right.
And to attract more people. Right. We just, we attract that.
Right.
If we're a jealous person, no one's attracted to that.
And if you're single and you're watching this, maybe people don't want to be in a relationship with you because you are overly controlling, overly jealous, right? And I'm not trying to, that's nothing to be negative about, because if you know, hey, I'm jealous, I'm controlling, I'm insecure, great that you recognize that. Now the next step is fixing that. Let's build some self-esteem, let's build some self-confidence. Let's start feeling good about yourself. Let's get rid of that old behavior. Let's put on that new behavior. Hey, with the next person I meet, the next relationship, the next person I, get invested into, I'm gonna make sure it's my goal, my outcome every time I'm with them to not be jealous.
And you know what I realized? Guys or women, yes, the physical attraction is important, but you might not be the prettiest or the most handsome guy or girl ever. But if you have those nice qualities where you're smiling and playful and a happy person, they're attracted to that. Right. It's your energy.
The sexiest quality of a woman is a happy person.
Yes.
It's a smile.
Yeah. So they're attracted to that. Forget the fact that you don't have all the qualities that you wish you had. I mean, not qualities, all like your body looked a certain way, the physical, right? But if you're a happy, joyful, playful person, they're attracted to that. That's what matters. So if you're jealous, stop being jealous today. Be true to yourself and try to work on who you really are. We know you're a happy, joyful, playful person.
That doesn't have to be you. That doesn't have to be you. And remember, change your identity, because the strongest force in the human personality is the need to stay consistent with how you define yourself. If you say, I am a jealous person, then your actions, like physically, and mentally, will have to match up with how you define yourself. So if you say, I'm changing my identity. Today, I'm making a decision that I am no longer going to be a jealous person. I'm not a jealous person. And really get that into your nervous system. Wake up every day, I'm not a jealous person. I'm not a jealous person. I'm not a jealous person. Say it to yourself. Because eventually you'll start to feel that. You'll start to believe that. And then your actions will start to line up with how you define yourself. Change your identity. Break free from that sickness of jealousy, because it's a sickness.
And it doesn't only have to be jealousy though, but it could be other negative feelings.
Absolutely. But today, we really want to focus on jealousy, because we've seen how that's destroyed our marriage at times and what we've done since then. And when it does rise, we know exactly how to just attack it so we can get it out, because it never ends up well. So family, this is a longer video than we wanted to go, but this is a big subject, and if you made it to the end, however long this video is, we appreciate that. And that means you're committed. You're committed to actually getting rid of that negative quality of jealousy, and you're ready to move on. And maybe you have to watch this video again, right? Get it deep rooted into you. What were some of the things? Change your personality today. Okay, family. All right, family. Maybe you're not a jealous person and you watch this. Hey, now you know what to look for in the next person. Now you know how to deal with the jealous person. This is definitely a key as well. All right, family. Well, if you haven't already done so, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and
comment.
Yeah, let us know below. Were you a jealous person? That takes a lot of courage right there to let us know. Yeah, I was a jealous person. Let us know if you were a jealous person before, and are you committed to making the change? Say, I'm committed to making the change. Write it down. It's much more likely to stick with you as well. All right, family, we love you guys. Bye.